go ahead and get started. So this is Stats XL13, Introductory Statistics for the Life Sciences. My name is Miles Chen. I'll be your instructor. And, well, the website's already up there, but let me just write this again. This is the class website. That's the class website. When you go there, you can just pick the XL13 class, so you can also type that in. And that's where all the course policies and homework assignments and all of that stuff is going to be posted there. So well, I guess we can talk a little bit about that. So let's see, let me put up my contact information. Okay, so my email. It's mileschen@gmail.com. I hold office hours. It'll be on Wednesdays prior to class. So Wednesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. and my office is in Math Sciences 8105J. Okay. Okay. And if you don't know where Math Sciences is, you can just Google UCLA Math and search for the Math Sciences building. That way, no problem. If any of you have a learning disability or physical disability, or if there's issues or something like that, you can contact the Disabled Student Services, okay, and they'll ask for some documentation or anything like that. People you'll want to contact, so for students, disabilities, would be emailing access at UCLA Extension. .edu, okay. And then administrative issues. You'll contact our program representative, Sadie Ortiz. Okay, so that's I think all of the contact information. This is also on the website. So if you can't remember this stuff, you can just go to the class website there, and all of that information should also be there. Okay. Is this all right? No issues here, right? Okay. Also on the class website, I've got a few things. So I've got information about the textbooks that you'll need. So this is the textbook. Okay, everybody's going to need one of these. This is the 4th edition. All right. If you have an older edition, the content is very similar, but the homework problems have all been renumbered. Okay, and so I assign problems in the in your homework assignments based on this edition. You might be able to find a friend who's got the latest edition and figure out which problems you need to do. So that's the So this is the textbook. All you need is the book. Okay, you can get it wherever you want. You can get it on Amazon or the bookstore here, or whoever sells books, you can get that. All you need is this. You don't need some come with like a solutions manual or CDs or online stuff. Okay, you don't need any of that. You just need the text itself. Okay, so you don't have to spend extra money on this. It's already expensive enough as it is. And so, but you do need the textbook, and that's that. I have links on the website. You don't have to use those if you don't have the textbook already. But if you do, I get like 50 cents for every sale. It's through Amazon. It doesn't matter. Okay. This is another book that I recommend. It's not required. It's optional. This I recommend it especially if you're going to be entering like the health science type field or something like that. Okay, public health. This is especially useful. It's written by a doctor, and he goes through a bunch of medical journals. It's called What is a P-Value Anyway? And it's just like short little anecdotes or just stories that help you understand statistics. It's optional, so I don't really assign any kind of material out of it, but just for your own benefit as a student, this might be good. It's a little bit pricey for the size of the book. I think something like this, like $30 or something. So it's a little bit pricey, but I found it to be useful. So that's there. You will need a calculator for this class. Okay, so I don't allow students to use their cell phones or iPads or any kind of device capable of communication for calculators on quizzes or tests. I'm a fan of just scientific calculators. Okay, this will run you about 15 to 20 bucks, but it's great. I mean, technically you can get through the class with a basic calculator, but I definitely recommend getting at least a scientific calculator, and that will make your life a lot easier. Some of you guys have graphing calculators. Okay, if you've got a graphing calculator, that's more than adequate. You don't need to purchase a scientific calculator on top of your graphing calculator. That's fine. But if you don't have a graphing calculator, don't bother. Well, you don't need one for this class. Okay, maybe in other math classes you might take, you might need them, but not for this one. So that's that. What else do I want to say? Okay, we've got the grading in this class is going to be is strong emphasis on the tests. So I've got so grading will be, and again this is all on the website. 15% homework and lab assignments, and 20% quizzes, and 30% midterm, and 35% final. We'll talk about the midterm and final exam as those days approach, but you can put these dates in your calendar as make sure you don't miss class. Is October 30th for the midterm, and the final will be December 11th. Okay. And, so don't miss class on these days, especially. And let me put up the dates for the quizzes. October 9th, October 23rd, November 13, and November 27th. These will start at I'm going to pass these out, and we'll start the quizzes when class starts, and you get about half an hour for each quiz. Please make sure you come to class on time for quiz dates, because so the quiz is half an hour, and if you get here at 6:55, you'll have 5 minutes to take your quiz, okay? Because I'm not going to give you extra time just because you're late. So try to get here on time for the days of the quizzes, and I'll allow excuses if there's some kind of emergency or something. So whether you're sick, or your car breaks down or something like that, I just need some kind of documentation indicating that this what you told me has happened, and then I'll let you take a makeup. As for the quizzes, I will drop the lowest quiz grade. Okay, so whether your lowest quiz grade is a 0 because you missed the quiz, or you just had a rough day, or you didn't have time to study that week, or whatever, I'll drop one of the quiz grades. But the other 3 will stand, and that will make up the quiz component of your final grade. The homeworks will be posted on the website. They're actually already posted. I just have to just make sure everything is current in there. And basically it just says I will assign some reading from the book and some problems to do. Occasionally I will assign, I'll have you guys watch some videos that are available online, or maybe I'll have you read something else in addition. But in general, what you'll be turning in for the homeworks, you'll do reading, sometimes watch videos, okay, and then you will complete exercises on paper, and you will turn those papers in. Okay, so you'll turn in the exercises. All right, and please staple your papers, and please no frilly stuff on your papers, from like spiral bound notebooks. Okay, if you use a spiral bound notebook, that's fine. Okay, just when you tear out the papers, please cut off the frills. Just it annoys me a little bit. So but anyway, whatever paper you use, it's fine. Whether it's graph paper, line paper, or blank paper, it doesn't matter. And that's that. Okay. On the homework page itself, I will post I post the solutions to the homework problems. Okay, so solutions to the homework is posted on the homework page. Okay, and they are available as soon as the homework assignment is assigned. Okay, it's not that you turn them in and then I post the solutions afterwards. They're there from the start. Okay, and they are there to help you. Okay, and the idea is that I mean, you guys turn in your homework, and when I grade the homework, I'm just grading to see if you completed it. I don't actually go through the individual problems to see if you actually did the individual problems correctly. I just want to make sure that you've actually completed it. So I usually just kind of flip through and count the problems you've done. If it looks like you did the whole thing, I will give you full credit. So it's up to you to check the solutions and see if you answered the problems correctly yourself and check your own understanding there. It's also there if you start off a problem and you get stuck, you can take a peek at the solution and see if you're on the right track, or it can help you get started. Some of the answers are in text form, others are in video form. Okay, so it's kind of I'll work through the problem and explain steps along the way, and a lot of students have found those videos to be helpful, and so I intend to leave them all up. But yeah, they are there to help you learn. Please don't let the videos hinder your learning. Okay, and what I mean by that is I think a lot of the learning of this class and the stuff happens when you actually do the exercises in the book. Okay, everything seems to make sense when I'm talking in class and doing problems on the board, but the true test of your understanding comes when you have to do the exercises or the problems yourself. And so please don't just copy the exercises at the don't just watch the videos and copy down the answers, okay? Because you're not going to learn that way. Try out the problems yourself, and then you can go back and check to see if you understood the material and if you got the stuff correct in that regard. Okay. I'm required to have a lab component in this class, okay, and that means you have to take some data and do some analysis on it. It's going to involve you downloading some free software and installing it on your computer. It's both Mac and PC compatible, so I'm hoping it won't present a problem, and there's a few exercises there, but and we'll talk about that as those days approach. Are there any questions on anything? Okay, then let me just I guess explain this. So I teach two classes. This is Excel 13. I also teach another class called Excel 10. And the Excel 10 class is, I guess, an easier class. It's a little, more gentle. And Excel 13, this class is a little bit, more challenging, more rigorous than the other class. We cover more in this class, and I like this class more. But that said, I give this spiel just because some of you might not be in the correct class, all right? And I'm not sure, where you guys stand in terms of your mathematical background and preparation. For this class, everybody needs to have a very solid grasp of algebra, okay? And most of the students in this class have at least taken calculus, or at least gone through pre-calculus, and generally speaking, in terms of like the demographics of this class, most of my students in this class already have their bachelor's degree and are applying to a grad program, and they're taking this class as to fulfill a statistics requirement for a grad program that they're applying. And if that describes you, then this is probably the correct course for you. In my Excel 10 class, those are mostly community college students or students who don't yet have their bachelor's degree, and they're taking the statistics class to fulfill some kind of quantitative requirement for their degree. So if you're not sure about your math skills or whatever, you can ask me. And some of you, it's just been several years since you've been in school, and maybe your math skills, you don't feel too strong about, but when you took math in high school or college, you did well or something, and you're probably going to be okay. But if you got questions, you can ask, and I'll kind of give you just my opinion of where I think you might stand. But I say that because I don't want to fail any students, or I don't want to give any students bad grades per se, but sometimes some students just don't have the mathematical preparation or background for this class to do well. So I'd rather save you that expense and heartache by having you drop the course now, rather than discover later that maybe you weren't ready for this class. Okay. Are there any questions? Yes.
What would you like us to refer to, Mr. Chen or Miles?
It doesn't matter. You can, yeah. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay either way. The other class I have them call me Mr. Chen, but this class you can call me Miles. That's fine too, or whatever. Yes.
I didn't actually look at the website yet, but I wanted to ask how many hours per week do you think we would have to work on this on our own?
It depends. So, I mean, in terms of doing the exercises and the homework, this will probably take you a couple hours, okay? Maybe 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how quickly or slowly you work, okay? Maybe you feel confident in everything, and you don't need to review the solutions. If you want to review the solutions for every single problem, that'll take probably an additional hour on top of that. You're going to have to do some reading from the textbook. Some of you guys will get through it quickly. Others of you, it takes you a lot longer to process the reading. So probably at least an hour. Some of you, it could go up to 2 or 3 hours for the reading. I don't know. It depends. It depends on who you are. So overall, I guess about so students who work quickly, 3 hours, okay, 3 to 4 hours a week ish, and then other students where struggle maybe 5 to 7 hours. I don't know. It depends. Okay. I definitely recommend breaking out your work over a few days throughout the week, rather than doing it all on Wednesday or something. Okay. Inevitably, some students won't do anything until next Wednesday morning, and they say, "Oh, I got to do all of my statistics homework," and they try to do it all in one day. I mean, some people will get away with that, but that's not the ideal conditions for learning the material. So I would say break it out over a few days, and the material will soak in a little better, I think. All right. Anything else? Yes.
By chance, do you give breaks?
Do I give breaks? Yes. So probably about halfway through, we'll take a 10 to 15 minute break. Okay. And if you guys want to eat or have snacks or something in here, and that's fine. Just don't make a mess. If you do make a mess, you have to clean it up after yourself. Okay. That's fine. Okay. And if you got to use the restroom, just dismiss yourself. You just whatever. Okay. This is an emergency exit. Well, it's an exit. At the end of class, you can go out through this way, and it'll spit you out over there. But you'll probably get locked out if you go out this way. It's kind of a one-way door. Oh, let me talk about parking here. Okay, so some of you guys have figured out parking already, or you bought a parking pass, and that's great. Others of you maybe not. So you can park in the neighborhood west of campus. Okay, so that's like along Gailey and that type of stuff. That's you have free 2-hour parking until 6 p.m. and then after 6 p.m. it's free. Okay, I mean, always pay attention to the signs, and don't park in a place that says no parking, of course. But you can often there will be spots in the neighborhood available. So if you get here after 4 o'clock, okay, you can park in the neighborhood until 6 o'clock for free, and then after 6 o'clock you can leave your car parked there forever. Well, not forever, until the next day. And so, so you might save some parking. Along LeConte, which is the south side of campus, there's metered parking. That's metered parking. You have 2-hour parking until 8 o'clock. And so if you get here between 6 and 6:30, you can park at a meter, fill up the meter until 8 o'clock for 2 hours, and then let the meter run dry, and it'll be free parking after 8 p.m. And that's about it. I think in the structures, I think it's $12 a day, so it's a little bit pricey, but you know, depending on how comfortable you are, you know, because class ends at like 9:30, so it's pitch black by then, and I mean, there's lights and stuff, and I would consider UCLA and Westwood generally to be a safe area, but depending on how comfortable you are walking through the neighborhood, and there's all these fraternities and other stuff going on, you know, maybe you'd prefer to just park in the structure and have a short walk. Yes?
There's also the campus escort that.
Yes, you can also ask the campus escort to walk you back to your car as well. So yeah, that's well, anyway, that's that. Just some tips there.